The ocean looks calm, but on board Bravado, there's a storm brewing. Captain Sandy's words still echo through the halls. You're only as strong as your weakest link. Nathan Gallagher, the newest bosun on Below Deck Mediterranean, has just learned how true that saying can be. He started this season full of fire, ready to prove himself, ready to show he could lead a deck team smoother than glassy waters. But now, every charter feels like a test he's barely passing. Two of his own deckhands, Tessa Budd and Christian Trimino, are testing that leadership harder than he ever imagined. Mistakes keep piling up, lines left loose, fenders not set, toys half inflated while guests wait in the blazing Mediterranean sun. And when Captain Sandy's voice slices through the radio, Nathan's stomach drops. It's not just about the mistakes anymore. It's about control. About whether he has it, or if it's already slipping away. Cut to the crew mess. You can feel the tension vibrating through the air. Christian laughs a little too loudly. Tessa glances down at her plate. Nathan walks in, and silence follows him like a shadow. He knows what's coming. A choice. Captain Sandy isn't playing games this time. One of them has to go. Maybe both. That's the hook that shakes the boat. But wait. Before we dive deep into who's about to be fired and why, make sure you hit like on this video and subscribe so you don't miss a single twist from this insane season of Below Deck Med. Because trust me, it's about to get messy. Now, back to the chaos. Nathan's torn. He wants to be fair, but fairness doesn't keep a yacht running. Tessa's been struggling, seasick one day, flustered the next. She tries hard, yes, but she moves slower than the pace Captain Sandy demands. Christian, on the other hand, has the energy, but not the focus. He jokes through orders, shrugs off criticism, and blames the boat, the weather, or even the schedule for his own slip-ups. When Nathan faces Captain Sandy in the wheelhouse, the air feels thick enough to cut. Sandy leans back, eyes steady. You've got a choice to make, Nathan. You can lead, or you can let this fall apart. Which is it? You can almost hear Nathan's heartbeat through the screen. The weight of command sits heavy on him. For the first time, the young bosun looks uncertain. Viewers know what this means. A below-deck firing is never just a firing. It's a domino that topples everything. Friendships, alliances, even romances. And here's where it gets even more twisted. There's someone else watching from the background. Victoria SanJuan, the green stew who's been quietly killing it in the interior. Her attitude? Effortless positivity. Her work ethic? Next level. What Captain Sandy doesn't know, or maybe she does, is that V has real deck experience. She's been here before, but a personal tragedy kept her below deck for good, or so she thought. Because V's past isn't just about service and laundry rooms, it's about loss. The drowning of her boyfriend, Bon, took away her love for the ocean, and for a while, even her will to work outside again. But lately, we've seen her spark coming back. The way she glances out to sea, how her hands twitch when she sees the deck crew struggling, that's someone who still has the heart of a sailor. So imagine this. One deckhand walks the plank. Captain Sandy's still angry, Nathan's still rebuilding. And suddenly, V steps forward to help. She picks up a line, ties a knot perfectly, and in that second, Nathan sees what he's been missing. Someone who actually wants to learn. The whispers start in the crew mess. Is V joining the deck team? Can she handle both jobs? What happens if she outshines the others? And honestly, the viewers are already hooked. Because if you've followed Below Deck long enough, you know what happens when someone crosses departments. It's drama, jealousy, chaos, and power plays. Nathan doesn't just need skill right now, he needs loyalty. And V might just be the one person on this yacht who's got both. But every smart fan knows, Below Deck never gives us peace for long. The next morning, as the yacht glides into a new charter, Captain Sandy calls Nathan up to the bridge again. Her tone's firm but curious. "What's your plan?" she asks. Nathan looks her straight in the eye. "I think I found someone who can help, at least until we bring in a replacement." Cut to V walking across the deck, radio in hand, sunlight glinting off the water. The theme music hits different now. Something's shifting. This isn't just about firing a weak link. It's about rebuilding a team. And that's when the second storm hits. Just as Nathan starts regaining his rhythm, Bravo drops a teaser that changes everything. A familiar face appears in the trailer. Gael Cameron. Yes, that Gael. Nathan's ex, his once-upon-a-time deck partner, the woman who knew every version of him, the good, the bad, and the broken. The trailer flashes between anger, tears, and tension. Gail shouting, "You hurt me," over and over again. Nathan looking away, jaw clenched. The next cut shows them standing inches apart, eyes locked, emotion pouring out like the tide. Fans can feel it. There's history there. But there's also unfinished business. And now the question hanging in the air. Is Gail just visiting for drama, or is she back for good? Because if she's joining the deck again, Nathan's entire world is about to be turned upside down. His past, his leadership, his fragile balance with Captain Sandy, all colliding in one explosive charter season. But the drama doesn't end there. Because the internet, Reddit threads, and fan pages are buzzing with another wild theory. Joe Bradley, Nathan's old deckmate and bromance buddy from Season 9, might also be making a comeback. Joe was everything Nathan wasn't. Laid back, confident, funny, effortlessly charming with guests. The kind of guy who could fix a winch mid-storm and still flirt with a stewardess. If he returns, that balance of power could shift fast. Nathan's already struggling to assert himself as bosun. Add Joe and Gail to the mix, and suddenly, it's not just about who's fired, it's about who survives the season. The waves are calm now, but the energy on board Bravado couldn't be more tense. The decision has been made, and it's one that will change everything. Nathan Gallagher has finally chosen. The morning begins quiet. The guests are ashore, the sun hangs heavy in the sky, and the deck team lines up for a quick briefing. Captain Sandy stands nearby, arms folded, waiting to see what kind of leader Nathan will be today. He's calm, collected, or at least pretending to be. Then he says it. "Tessa, can I have a word?" The crew exchange glances. You can practically feel the air freeze. Tessa follows him to the bow, silent. Her face is tight. She already knows what's coming. Nathan starts softly. "You've got a great attitude, and I really appreciate how much you've tried, but we need someone faster out here. The deck's been falling behind, and I have to make that call." Tessa's jaw tightens. For a second, it looks like she's going to argue, but instead, she nods. There's no malice, no tears, just exhaustion. "I get it," she says quietly. "This job isn't easy." And just like that, it's over. The radio crackles. Captain Sandy's voice breaks through. "Nathan, thanks for handling that. Now let's get this deck reset for the next charter." But the shakeup doesn't end there. As the tender pulls away, Tessa's suitcase stacked beside her, Nathan stares out at the water. He made the right call, but right calls don't always feel good. Inside, he's wrestling with the truth. Maybe the problem isn't just the crew. Maybe it's him. Later that night, while the others unwind, Nathan stays behind on deck, quietly scrubbing salt off the rails. That's when V appears. No makeup, no pretense, just her in overalls, hands ready to work. "Need a hand?" she asks. Nathan looks up, a little surprised. "You sure? Thought you had a cabin turned down." She smiles. "Already done. Besides, I kinda miss this." And that's it. No fanfare, no big announcement. Just a quiet moment of teamwork. V ties the perfect knot, tight and clean, muscle memory kicking in. Nathan watches her work, and for the first time all season, he feels like maybe, just maybe, things are turning around. The next day, Captain Sandy spots her on deck and raises an eyebrow. "You joining the exterior now, Vi?" "Just helping out," she says with a grin, but we all know what's really happening. The deck stew experiment has begun. And honestly, it's working. V breathes new energy into the team. She learns fast, anticipates tasks, and somehow even manages to keep spirits high while doing double duty. Christian steps up too, maybe out of guilt, maybe out of fear, but suddenly things start clicking. For a moment, it feels like the Bravado might finally have its rhythm back. Then Bravo drops the mid-season trailer. A storm at sea, guests screaming, a champagne glass flying, and then she's back. The screen flashes, Gail stepping onto the deck, wind blowing through her hair, Nathan frozen in place, their eyes lock, the music cuts. End of trailer. Fans lose their minds. Theories explode online. Is Gail replacing Tessa? Are they getting back together? What about V? Is she out? And that's the genius of Below Deck. They give you just enough to drown you in speculation. When Gail finally appears in episode 8, it's pure chaos. The tension between her and Nathan is electric. Everyone on board feels it, the way they avoid eye contact, the way Captain Sandy watches them like a hawk. But Gail didn't come to stir trouble. Not this time. She came to work. From the moment she steps on deck, her presence changes everything. She's sharp, skilled, and serious, the exact kind of energy Nathan needs. The deck team suddenly feels balanced again. Nathan leading, Gael executing with precision, V bridging the gap between departments, and Christian finally sinking into rhythm. But here's the twist no one saw coming. While the deck stabilizes, the interior starts cracking. The other stews feel V's absence, and resentment brews. One late-night confessional changes everything. V's out there playing deckhand, but who's cleaning cabins? We're falling behind and Sandy's not blind. Tension ripples through the boat. What was supposed to be a fix starts another fracture, and when a storm hits during a guest trip, chaos reigns. Lines whip in the wind, the anchor drags, and V nearly slips trying to secure the fenders. Nathan catches her, just in time. The scene freezes. Rain, thunder, adrenaline. Their eyes meet. For a second, there's silence. Then, Sandy's voice screams through the comms, "Secure the bow! Now!" They do, but the damage is done. That near miss shakes the crew to the core. Captain Sandy calls a meeting after the storm passes. "You all did your best," she says, "but this proves something. We can't keep splitting the crew like this." V, I need you back inside. Nathan, you're short one deckhand. Again. Cue dramatic silence. Then a slow smile spreads across Nathan's face. "I already know who to call," he says. Cut to a plane landing in Split, Croatia. A figure steps out, backpack slung over one shoulder. The bromance is back. Joe's arrival feels like sunshine breaking through clouds. His easy grin, his humor, his effortless charm, it's exactly what the deck team needed. And just like that, the bravado feels alive again. Nathan's found his balance. V's back in her element inside. Gail's proven herself. Christian's matured. Captain Sandy watches them from the bridge, smiling slightly. "Now that," she says, "is a team." The camera pans out, waves crashing, sunset blazing, the yacht slicing through gold light. But this is below-deck Mediterranean. Peace never lasts forever. In the final moments of the season, Nathan gets a message on his radio, a private note from production. He reads it, and his eyes widen. The screen cuts to black. A voiceover teases, next season, a new captain, a new yacht, and a shocking betrayal. Roll credits. And that's the story. A season of growth, leadership, redemption, and storms both real and emotional. Nathan Gallagher's deck faced its breaking point, but through every mistake, every firing, every heartbreak, he learned what it means to command the chaos, not escape it. If you've made it this far, don't forget to like this video. Drop a comment with your prediction. Do you think Nathan made the right choice firing Tessa? Or should it have been Christian? And hit subscribe, because next week, we're diving into the biggest below-deck crossover ever rumored on Bravo.